Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma. This is what I call my morning musings. Just kind of going through a little book here, Paul and His Recent Interpreters by E. Earl Ellis. Find some really fascinating stuff in there. Some of it just blows me away as to its presuppositional nature. It's just astounding. But be that as it may, we are currently involved here on Morning Musings with the study of the Messianic Temple. I've shared with you repeatedly how we have been told over and over and over again, over the last generation, over the last two generations, if you go back and read the literature, that the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem is just absolutely imminent. We're told that, well, you know, the Dome of the Rock is going to be destroyed. Or we're told that the actual venue for the temple is south of the Dome of the Rock, therefore they can rebuild the temple there without any difficulty. And folks, nothing has happened. I dare say nothing will happen. And even if it did, it would not have the approval of God, of Jesus Christ. We have shared with you in this series how the New Testament writers tell us over and over again that their eschatological hope was nothing but the hope of Israel found in the Old Covenant prophets. They did not have an eschatology divorced from, different from, that which was promised to Israel. I mean, this is just stated over and over again. And if you want an extensive development of this reality, get my book, Like Father, Like Son, on Clouds of Glory. This book demonstrates beyond any shadow of a doubt that the New Testament eschatology is the reiteration of God's Old Covenant promises made to Old Covenant Israel, and that until those promises were fulfilled, until God's promises to Israel were fulfilled, the nations, i.e. you and me, would have no salvation. Get a copy of this book. Go to my websites, eschatology.org or BibleProphecy.com. Order the book. Mention you saw it on Facebook or YouTube, and I'll refund your shipping. Now then, I want you to notice one of the fantastic prophecies of the Old Testament that had to do with the Messianic Temple. Speaking of the coming of Messiah, it says, "Behold, the man whose name is the branch. From his place he shall branch out. He shall build the temple of the Lord." Yes, he shall build the temple of the Lord. He shall bear the glory. Now watch this, he shall sit and rule on his throne. So shall he be a priest on his throne, and the council of peace shall be between them both. So, when the Messianic temple would be constructed, this Messiah, this branch of the Lord, would sit on the throne and be a priest on the throne. Well, in Hebrews chapter 8, now keep this in mind, the Old Covenant temple. And folks, if you don't catch much, you got to get this. You got to catch the power of this. The Old Covenant temple was typological. It was a mere foreshadowing of the real, the true temple of God, the Messianic temple. Hebrews chapter 8. This is the main point of all of that which we are saying. We have such a high priest who is seated at the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heavens, a minister of the sanctuary and of the true tabernacle which the Lord erected and not man. So, Zechariah chapter 6, the branch would serve as priest and king on his throne in the Messianic temple. Hebrews chapter 8, Jesus was had become high priest and was seated at the right hand of the majesty on high. Now that's in fulfillment of Psalms 110, "Sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies." Here is Jesus, king and priest, on the throne, as a priest, serving forever. Zechariah 6, Messianic temple, Hebrews chapter 8, Jesus, fulfillment. Boy, this is fantastic stuff. Again, you need to get a copy of my book, Like Father, Like Son, on Clouds of Glory, in order to see, to understand, to fully grasp and comprehend how the Old Covenant temple was only typological. It was a foreshadowing of the true temple of God, which Hebrews chapter 8 affirms was established in and through and by Jesus our Lord. Get a copy of the book, Like Father, Like Son, on Clouds of Glory. Go to my website, eschatology.org, BibleProphecy.com. Order the book, say you saw the offer, YouTube or Facebook, and I'll refund your shipping. Hey, thanks for joining me for this morning's Morning Musings. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic weekend. God bless.